Good evening, pro wrestling fans of all shapes and sizes from all around the world. Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. My name is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, for this video, three things. First up, I'm going to go over the current updated standings of the Pro Wrestling Wave Catch the Wave 2024 tournament. There's been a few more matches that have happened, so want to go into another round of current standings update. And then, number two, the finals have been set for the Ice Cross Infinity Championship. We now know who won Group A and who won Group B, and will do battle in a few weeks for the vacant Ice Cross Infinity Championship. So, gonna go over the standings for that. And then finally, I'm gonna finish off giving my review of NXT Battleground that took place this past Sunday. So, got a good bit to cover, but we're going to have some fun. So, buckle up and enjoy the ride. So, first up, the Catch the Wave tournament. There were a few more matches that took place over this past weekend, so wanted to give another standings update. So, let's go ahead and jump right into things. Alrighty. One second. Alrighty, here we go. So, as usual, we're going to start off with the Young Block A. So, sitting at the bottom, right now with only 1 point, with a record of 0-1-1, is Yuzuki. Right now, she has the 1 loss to Honoka and the 1 draw with Yuna. She has 1 match left against Sia on June 16th, but she is in danger of elimination. She really needs to win this last match in order to have a chance. We'll see how it goes, but she really needs this last match. Alright, we got 2 competitors that are tied at 2 points, both with 1-1 records, which are Honoka and Sia. So, taking a look at Sia, she has the 1 win over Honoka, but the 1 loss to Yuna. And Sia's last match will be against Yuzuki. And then Honoka, her 1 victory was over Yuzuki, and her 1 loss was to Sia. And her final match is against Yuna in July 3rd. And then right now, sitting at the top of Young Block A with a record of 1-0-1, 3 points, is Yuna. She has the 1 victory over Sia and the 1 draw with Yuzuki. And her final match will be July 3rd against Honoka. So right now, Yuna is in the lead. She has yet to lose a match, but it could happen. It could happen. It's gonna be interesting. But the Young Block A will wrap up on June 16th for Sia and Yuzuki, and then we'll wrap up on July 3rd for Yuna and Honoka. So we'll see how these last 2 matches go. Let's see. June 16th. Let me think. June 16th. That's this Sunday. So we'll so that means Sia versus Yuzuki will happen this upcoming Sunday. So, we'll see how that goes. But right now, Yuna is at the top of the Young Block A. Okay, Young Block B. Okay, interesting situation here with Young Block B. So right now, sitting at the bottom with 0 points, but hasn't wrestled any matches yet, is Chi-Chi. So, actually, her first 2 matches will be this upcoming weekend, June 15th and June 16th, against Riara and Mizuki Kato. So, she'll finally start having her matches this upcoming weekend. So, she still has a chance to win Young Block B. All right, we have 2 competitors with 1 point apiece, both with records of 0-1-1, which are Riara and Mizuki Kato. Let's look at Mizuki Kato. She has the 1 loss to Rana Yagami and the 1 draw with Riara. She has 1 match left against Chi-Chi. Same thing with Riara. The loss to Rana Yagami, draw with Mizuki Kato, and her final match is against Chi-Chi. So Riara and Mizuki Kato will wrap up their block matches this upcoming weekend. And being that they both have 1 point and cannot catch up to the leader, both are mathematically eliminated. But right now, sitting at the top of the Young Block B, undefeated at 2-0 with 4 points, is Stardom's own rookie from as part of the God's Eye faction, Rana Yagami. That's right, she got wins over both Riara and Mizuki Kato, and her final match will be on June 23rd against Chi-Chi. So she has the opportunity to get a clean sweep, 3-0, and finish with 6 points. And pretty much, she wins this match, she pretty much will win the Young Block B. But remember, do keep in mind that Young Block A will go up against Young Block B once the finalists are determined. So keep that in mind. Because remember, we're looking for 1 winner overall from the Young Blocks, winner of the Elizabeth Block, and winner of the Nami Blocks. So something to keep in mind. But right now, Rana Yagami is sitting very comfortably at the top, 2-0, 4 points. But like I said, we'll have to see how Chi-Chi does once she gets started with her matches. She'll be taking on the 2 at the bottom, Riara and Mizuki Kato. So we'll see how she gets going. All right, Elizabeth Block. So, quite a bit has happened, but right now we have 2 competitors sitting with 1 point apiece. Or actually, no, I'm sorry, I'm supposed to start at the bottom. So at the bottom, negative 2 points on a record of 1-4 is Sakura Hirota. And she's 1 loss. She's 1 pinfall or submission away from being disqualified. Because if she gets pinned or submits or anything like that, she ends up with -3 and she will by default get disqualified. So she's still hanging on by a thread, but she needs to start winning matches. Next up, also has the same record, 1-4, but -1 points, is Cherry. She's another one that's riding on thin ice. 2 more pinfalls or submissions, and she'll be disqualified. Okay, we got 1 competitor, 0-3, with 0 points, which is Kaori Yoneyama. She's been able to, for the most part, keep out of the negatives, but still, 0 points is not really going to cut it right now. We got 2 competitors tied with 1 point apiece. Yuki Miyazaki and Himiko. Right now, Himiko has a record of 2-3 with 1 point. Yuki Miyazaki just recently won the 3WD Queen Elizabeth Championship, which is why she has the C next to her. But yeah, she has a record of 3-3, 1 point. Because remember, this title will also continuously be defended throughout this tournament. So, right now, Yuki Miyazaki has the championship. But for how long remains to be seen. But still got plenty of matches to go with the Elizabeth block. So we'll see what happens. All right, Nami block A. So for Nami block A, sitting at the bottom right now with 0 points and a record of 0-2 is Nanami. She has 2 losses to Saya Kamatani and Risa Sera. Her final match will be against Yuko Sakurai this upcoming weekend, June 15th. But she is mathematically eliminated. Okay? We got 2 competitors tied at 2 points apiece with records of 1-1. And they are Yuko Sakurai and Risa Sera. Let's look at Yuko Sakurai. She has 1 win over Risa Sera, but a loss to Saya Kamatani. Her final match will be June 15 against Nanami. In danger of elimination. She needs this win to have a chance. Risa Sera, her 1 victory was over Nanami, and her loss was to Yuko Sakurai. Her final match will actually be against Saya Kamatani on June 23rd. And she's in danger of elimination. She needs to win her final match. And then we got Saya Kamatani, the Golden Phoenix, sitting at the top with 4 points on a 2-0 record, undefeated right now. She has wins over both Yuko Sakurai and Nanami. Her final match will be against Risa Sera. Now, here's the interesting thing. So, if Saya Kamatani, all she has to do is win, and by default, she will win Nami Block A. She'll make it out of that block. But here's the thing with Risa Sera and Yuko Sakurai. So, Yuko Sakurai would, all she has to do is win and she needs Risa Sera to, well, okay, this is tough. I don't know if Yuko Sakurai, I mean, she does have the, actually, no, she does need Risa Sera to win because Yuko Sakurai has the tiebreaker. She has the tiebreaker. So, Yuko Sakurai has to win her match to have a chance, and she needs Risa Sera to beat Saya Kamatani. And then Yuko Sakurai would advance because she has the tiebreaker over Risa Sera. On the other hand, Risa Sera needs to win her match over Saya Kamatani, and she needs Yuko Sakurai to lose her match to Nanami in order for Risa Sera to make it out of this block. So, very interesting scenarios, but Saya Kamatani has the opportunity to put an end to it on June 23rd if she can beat Risa Sera, which will not be an easy task for the Golden Phoenix. But we shall see. All right. Nami Block B. So, right now, sitting at the bottom with a record of 0-1 with 1 point is Maika Ozaki. Maika Ozaki has the one draw with Saki. She does have 2 matches left, so she still has an opportunity. This upcoming weekend is actually when she'll have her 2 final matches against Momoka Hanazono and Haruka Umisaki. Okay? All right. Next up, we got 2 competitors tied at 2 points apiece with records of 1-1. Both are Haruka Umisaki and Momoka Hanazono. So Momoka Hanazono has the 1 win over Haruka Umisaki, but the 1 loss to Saki. And then Haruka Umisaki has the 1 win over Saki, but the loss to Momoka Hanazono. Both have their final matches this upcoming weekend, which Haruka will face Maika Ozaki. Momoka Hanazono will also face Maika Ozaki. And then sitting at the top with 3 points on a record of 1-1-1, she's completed all of her block matches, is Saki. She has the win over Momoka Hanazono, the loss to Haruka Umisaki, and the draw with Maika Ozaki. Okay? Now, this is a very interesting scenario. So, from the looks of it, pretty much Saki, it's going to be tough because Maika Ozaki still has 2 matches left. Saki needs Haruka Umisaki and Momoka. Well, ooh, this is a very complicated scenario. Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna go, because I'm not so sure that Saki can even win this block. Because yeah, I don't think Saki has a chance, because if Maika Ozaki yeah, now that I think about it, if Maika Ozaki wins both of her matches, then she's in. If Haruka wins, well, if Haruka wins, then she needs Momoka to lose. And if Momoka wins, she needs Haruka. Well, then again, okay, hold on. Let me re-examine this. Momoka Hanazono, she beats Maika Ozaki. She gets 4 points. And even if Haruka beats Maika Ozaki, Momoka has the tiebreaker over Haruka. But Maika Ozaki, if she can win her final 2 matches, then she's in. So, yeah, this is a pretty complicated one. I'll have to see how things go this upcoming weekend. Because at least we know Nami Block B will be completed this upcoming weekend. So I'll have a better understanding after this upcoming weekend. So y'all bear with me on this one because I don't think I quite have this one down yet because it's a little complicated. But technically Saki is in the lead, even though her matches are over. But I really don't think she has a chance. But we shall see. We shall see. Yeah, we shall see. Okay, Nami Block C. Nami Block C. Alright. Sitting at the bottom. Still hasn't had her matches yet. 0-0 is Sai. But this upcoming weekend, she will have 2 of her matches against Ayame Sasamura and Kakeru Sekaguchi. They still haven't gotten a date set for when Izuki Aoki and Sai will have their match. But as soon as I get information on that, I'll fill that in. But there hasn't been an update yet. Okay? And then we got a 3-way tie. 1-1 record, 2 points each for Kakeru Sekaguchi, Itsuki Aoki, and Ayame Sasamura. So Ayame Sasamura has the win over Itsuki Aoki, but a loss to Kakeru Sekaguchi. And her final match is this upcoming week against Sai. Izuki Aoki, win over Kakeru Sekaguchi, but a loss to Ayame Sasamura. Her final match is against Sai, whenever they schedule it. And then, Kakeru Sekaguchi, a win over Ayame Sasamura, lost to Izuki Aoki. Her final match is this upcoming Sunday against Sai. So, I want to say pretty much we'll get a better idea after this weekend who will be in prime position to win the Nami Block C. And like I said, we'll have to see when they reschedule Izuki Aoki versus Sai. Who knows? They could probably do it next week. But we'll see. And then finally, the Nami Lucha Block. So, sitting at the bottom, 0 points on a record of 0-2 is Ancham. Losses to Tae Honma and Dark Silhouette. She has one last match this upcoming weekend against Kohaku on June 15th, but she is mathematically eliminated. Okay? We got 2 competitors tied with 2 points apiece, which are Kohaku and Dark Silhouette. So Dark Silhouette right now has a 1-1 record. She has the win over Ancham, but a loss to Tai Honma. She has one last match against Kohaku on June 23rd, which is next week. Alright, Kohaku, who just started her block matches not too long ago, right now 1-0, 2 points. She has the one victory over Tai Honma. Her final 2 matches are June 15th against Ancham, and next week, June 23rd, against Dark Silhouette. And then, right now, sitting at the top, 4 points, finishing with a 2-1 record, it's Tae Honma. Victories over Ancham and Dark Silhouette, and a loss to Kohaku. Now, she definitely doesn't have a comfortable lead, but she has a chance. I think she has a chance. So, Actually, if Kohaku if Axiom can somehow beat Kohaku, and Dark Silhouette and Kohaku tie, then Tai Honma gets in. So it's a very complicated scenario for Tai Honma. She needs Axiom to beat Kohaku, and then she needs Kohaku and Dark Silhouette to end in a draw for Tai Honma to win the Nami Lucha block. All Kohaku has to do is, well, actually, Kohaku does need to win her matches. Pretty much, she can win her matches she's in. Dark Silhouette definitely needs to beat Kohaku in order to have a chance. But she also will need Kohaku to lose to Axiom. Yeah, I think that's correct. And then again, even if Kohaku does beat Axiom, Dark Silhouette can still get in if she can beat Kohaku. Well, yeah. Well, although Tai Honma would have the tiebreaker, so yeah, Dark Silhouette needs to win, and she needs Kohaku to lose both her matches. Or I'm sorry, she needs yeah. Yeah, I believe that's correct. But we shall see. Or actually, needs Kohaku to lose to Axiom. Yeah, it's complicated. This is a complicated one. But Kohaku's the only one that has a chance to get a clean sweep. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, the scenarios are very complicated with this tournament. But we'll see what happens. Okay. Now let's switch gears to the Ice Cross Infinity Championship tournament. Because like I said, we have our final results for the group matches, and we have our finalists set. So let's go through these final scores. Okay. This Group A really went down to the wire. So, finishing at the bottom with a final record of 0-3-1 with only 1 point is Arisa Shinose. She finished with 3 losses to Hamuko Hoshi, Curie, and Misa Kagura, and she had the 1 draw with Tsukasa Fujimoto. So, really rough tournament for her. Okay, sitting with a final score of 3 points, with a final record of 1-2-1, is Misa Kagura. She had 1 victory over Arisa Shinose, losses to Hamuko Hoshi and Tsukasa Fujimoto, and 1 draw with Curie. So, kind of a rough tournament for Misa Kagura as well. And then we had 2 competitors really, really close finishes. Both 5 points apiece, finishing with 2 1-1 records, which are Curie and Tsukasa Fujimoto. So Tsukasa Fujimoto, her 2 victories were over Curie and Misa Kagura. She had the 1 loss to Hamuko Hoshi, the 1 draw with Arisa Shinose. And then Curie, 2 1-1. Her 2 victories were over Hamuko Hoshi and Arisa Shinose, but her loss was to Tsukasa Fujimoto, and a 1 draw with Misa Kagura. So very, very close between Curie and Tsukasa Fujimoto. It really came down to the wire. But the winner of Group A, finishing with a final record of 3-1 with 6 total points, is the mother of former Ice Cross Infinity champion Ibuki Hoshi, Hamuko Hoshi. So she finished with 3 victories over Misa Kagura, Tsukasa Fujimoto, and Arisa Shinose. 1 loss to Curie. The key was that 1 final victory over Tsukasa Fujimoto to punch her ticket in to the finals. Curie was on a roll, started off 2-0-1, but it was the loss to Tsukasa Fujimoto that ruined it for Curie. Tsukasa Fujimoto was going strong, but then that final loss to Hamuko Hoshi ruined it for her. Therefore, Hamuko Hoshi advances to the finals of the Ice Cross Infinity Championship Tournament. Now, let's see who her opponent will be from Group B. Group B, also pretty close, especially the top 2 competitors. Alright, sitting at the bottom with a record of 0-3-1 with only 1 point is Asuka Fujitaki. She had the 3 losses to Yuna Manase, Yuri, and Seran, and the 1 draw with Yappy. So, really rough tournament for her. We had 2 competitors that finished with 3 points, which are Yappy and Seran. Let's take a look at Yappy. So, she too didn't get a single victory. Finished with 0-1-3 record. So the 1 loss to Yuri and 3, that's right, 3 draws with Yuna Manase, Seran, and Asuka Fujitaki. That's crazy. But not a good look for her, being that she couldn't even get 1 victory. And then Seran, 3 points, but a record of 1-2-1. She was able to get the victory over Asuka Fujitaki, but 2 losses to Yuri and Yuna Manase, and the 1 draw with Yappy. Okay. Finishing 2nd place of the group with a final record of 2-0-2 is Yuna Manase. 2 victories over Seran and Asuka Fujitaki, and draws with Yappy and Yuri. Really, really good tournament from Yuna Manase. But that 1 final draw was really what hurt her chances, as the winner of Group B, who finished with just 1 point more, final record of 3-0-1, 7 points, is Yuri. She had 3 victories over Yappy, Seran, and Asuka Fujitaki, and had the 1 draw with Yuna Manase. It really came down to the wire, because all Yuna Manase had to do was win, and she would have won this group. But because it ended in a draw, and Yuri was already up by 1 point, it wasn't enough. So, Yuri wins Group B. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. On June 23rd, which let me get the venue. Let me get the venue information. June 23rd, we will decide who will walk away with the vacant Ice Cross Infinity Championship. So it will take place. Yeah, let me make sure I get this right. I want to make sure I get this right. Let me pull up the info. Here we go. So it will take place June 23rd, which is next Sunday, at Corcoran Hall. The show is called Ribbon After the Rain 2024. That is when we will have the finals of the Ice Cross Infinity Championship Tournament as Hamuko Hoshi versus Yuri for the vacant championship that Ibuki Hoshi previously had but vacated it due to her pregnancy. So, and the interesting thing is, Hamuko Hoshi has the opportunity to become, I believe, a 3-time Ice Cross Infinity champion, and Yuri has the opportunity to become a 2-time Ice Cross Infinity champion. So, we'll see how it goes. And not only that, I wanted to mention, got some other championships for that show as well. The Triangle Ribbon Championship will be on the line. Ooh, it's going to be a tough one for Yuki Mashiro, as she will defend against Unagi Sayaka and Mio Shirai. That's right, you heard right. Mio Shirai, Ice Ribbon referee. Yeah, she's getting back in the ring once again. Title on the line. So, we'll see how that goes. And then, the IWGP Women's Championship will be on the line, as Mayu Iwatani will make that trip to this Ice Ribbon show and will defend the title against Tsukasa Fujimoto. As promised. As promised. So, 3 big title matches for Ribbon After the Rain 2024. And as it gets closer to the show, I'll do a preview for it, because some other matches got made for this as well. Like, we're going to have a tag team match. We're going to have Arisa Nakajima and Makoto taking on the team of Seran and Yoshihiko Hasegawa. And we're also going to have a 6-woman tag match as Totoro Satsuki, Yuna Manase, and Asuka Fujitaki will take on the trio of Ancham, Tsukina Umino, and Nane Furukawa. That should be really interesting. And another tag match, Yappy and Miria Koga, will take on the team of Arisa Shinose and Misa Kagura. So, actually a pretty dang on good-looking card for this upcoming Ice Ribbon show at Corcoran Hall. Looking very forward to it. But yeah, as it gets closer to the date, I'll do a preview for that show. Okay, before we go into the review of NXT Battleground, here's a quick word on the sponsor, Game Beauty. Check them out. As you continue to enjoy content here at Blitzball Champ Gaming, be sure you take a moment to check out Game Beauty. Beauty inspired by gaming. Game Beauty brings to you video game related makeup and cosmetic products. You have products such as eyeshadow palettes, elemental pearl highlighters, eyeshadow brushes, liquid eyeliner pens by Akideris, and even non-makeup products like graphic tees. They even have special collaboration makeup kits, such as this Persona 5 Heat Wave Brush Single, Metaverse Bundle, and even a Phantom Thieves Limited Edition Makeup Collection. Also remember that Game Beauty provides international shipping of $60 or more. And if you use the promo code BlitzballChamp, all in caps, you can get 10% off of your order. So be sure to use that to your advantage. Now, back to your regularly scheduled video. Enjoy, and thank you. Alrighty, it's time for the NXT Battleground 2024 review. So, another NXT PLE in the books. This one took place at the UFC Apex in Enterprise, Nevada, pretty much Las Vegas. And I have to say, it was a pretty solid show. We had 6 matches total. Let's go ahead and jump right on in. Okay, starting off this show, we had the ladder match to crown the first ever NXT Women's North American Champion. Your 6 competitors were Ruca, Lash Legend, Fallon Henley, Jaida Parker, Michin, and Kelani Jordynne. I have to say, this was a good 6. This was a pretty good 6. Although I would have really liked it if Thea Hale was in this, but this is still a good 6. Definitely a great opening match with this ladder match. I felt like all 6 ladies were showcased pretty well. I loved the crazy ladder powerbomb spot. Well, not really a powerbomb, but just the ladies hoisting up Lash Legend and just throwing her on top of the ladder outside of the ring, draped across the apron and the announce table. That was a pretty cool spot. Ruca doing back-to-back soul snatchers. I thought that was really cool. Man, Ruca, she is amazing. Of course, Michin had a really great presence in this match. Pretty much the main veteran in this match. But when it all came down to it, Kelani Jordynne ended up shining the brightest in an incredible way. I really liked the split-legged moonsault she did with the ladder. That was really cool. But when it was all said and done, Kelani Jordynne was able to get up that ladder and grab down the title. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, Kelani Jordynne is your first ever history-making NXT Women's North America Champion. Great pick. I think it's a good choice. You know, she's very charismatic. She's great in the ring. And, you know, I think she definitely has potential to have a good run with this title. And like I said, I really think Ruca, Michin were also good candidates. But you know what? I think Kelani Jordynne's a good choice. I think this was a good choice. You know, I already like what she can do. So, hey, let's see what kind of run she has. I'm looking forward to it. So congratulations to Kelani Jordynne making history, becoming the inaugural NXT Women's North American Champion. Congratulations. All right. Next up, we had the NXT Tag Team Championships on the line. as the champs, Nathan Frazer and Axiom, defend the titles against the OC of Luke Gallows and the Machine Gun Karl Anderson. Let me tell you, this was an excellent tag team match. I mean, you got a clash of a young tag team and a very well-known, long-time veteran tag team clashing in this match. Like, this was a phenomenal match, shout out to AJ Styles. But yeah, this match was phenomenal. Both teams looked really solid. This match really could have gone either way. And like I said, the champs were very well tested going up against the OC. And, the OC were in prime position. This was a chance for them to get the clean sweep of tag titles in the WWE. This was a set that they had never won. But yeah, this was a great, solid match. And it really, really could have gone either way. But the champs were able to do just enough to reign supreme and get the victory, as Nathan Frazer got the pin on Karl Anderson after a Spanish Fly Phoenix Splash combo. Of course, Axiom with the Spanish Fly, Nathan Frazer with the Phoenix Splash, cover 1, 2, 3, Axiom, Nathan Frazer still your NXT Tag Team Champions. Excellent match. Love that match. Really, really solid match. All right. Let's keep it going. Okay. Next up, we had the NXT Underground match between Lola Vice and Shayna Baszler. Excuse me. I'll say this. It was a good match. It was definitely a good match between both these ladies. Both these ladies got some good shots on each other, some good submission attempts on each other. Like, they definitely showcased this really well. The build-up between these two have been really good, especially former allies. But I have to say, I'm actually shocked at the finish. I'm really shocked at the finish. As Lola Vice was able to get the one-up on Shayna. Hit her with that spinning back fist, dropped her, went to the ground and pound until the referee stopped the match, awarding the victory to Lola Vice. I gotta be honest with y'all. I did not expect Lola Vice to beat Shayna. And if you ask me, this is a pretty devastating loss for Shayna Baszler. If you ask me. Personally, I think it's a pretty big loss for her. Because already, I don't see Shayna ever winning women's singles gold in WWE again, especially not on the main roster, because I really feel like it should have happened by now. But honestly, I think it's over for Shayna. She might become tag team champion again, maybe with Zoe Stark or somebody else, but honestly, I don't see her ever winning WWE singles gold again. I don't. I really don't. Because I think it would have happened way before now, at least once. So, but that's a big victory for Lola Vice. Dropping Shayna like that, yeah, that's a big win for her. And of course, adding insult to injury with the twerking afterwards, yeah. All right, let's keep it going. All right, next up, we had the NXT North American Championship on the line in a triple threat match. The champ, Femi, defended against Wesley and Joe Coffey of Gallows. This was a very action-packed triple threat match that saw all three competitors really get going with their offense throughout the match, and even got to the point where the other members of Gallows interfered. Of course, Wolfgang and Mark Coffey, which I felt like it looked like they put away Femi, but Femi is that dude. Let me tell y'all what. Don't get me wrong. I love Wesley, but Femi, this is his time. This is his time, and this guy continues to show that he can be dominant, and he can bounce back, and he can overcome the odds. And that's exactly what he did in this match. Dropping Wesley and Joe Coffey. Pop-up power bombs for everybody, and just ended up getting rejuvenated and finishing off with a victory, pinning Joe Coffey after the pop-up powerbomb he gave him to retain the NXT North American Championship. Yeah, Femi, don't be shocked if he still has that title going into next year. Femi is that dude. I love the way he's been built up. He's been good on the mic. He's been strong in the ring. I think we got a legit star in Femi. Hands down. Hands down. So, I really am loving what I've been seeing out of Femi. And I hope he continues to keep winning. But, great match. Really, really great match. All right. Time for some interpromotional action. We got the NXT Women's Championship on the line. As the champion, Roxanne Perez takes on, coming from TNA Wrestling, the TNA Knockouts champion herself, Jordynne Grace. Another good, solid match. Definitely back and forth between both ladies. That was pretty sick that Jordynne Grace, one of her earrings got ripped out, because apparently word is it got caught in Roxanne's fishnets. So, yeah, that was really rough. I remember seeing the picture. Just ripped right on out. So apparently word is Jordynne Grace is not going to wear earrings like that during her matches anymore, which I don't blame her after that. Thought it was very interesting seeing Tatum Paxley and Ash by Elegance come out to the ring and start doing a tug of war over the TNA Knockouts Championship, which, Tatum Paxley originally came through like she was going to steal the title. But yeah, they were just doing a tug of war with that title. I also really liked the counter on the first Pop Rocks attempt, where Jordynne Grace countered into a gory bomb. But the counter that Roxanne did to Jordynne Grace's Juggernaut driver attempt was sick. Countered into a cutter. That was a phenomenal counter. That was a great counter. And then she followed it up immediately with a Pop Rocks to seal the deal to retain the NXT Women's Championship. That was a great ending sequence with the counter out of the Juggernaut driver to the cutter, right into the Pop Rocks. 1, 2, 3, bam. End of story. So, great victory for Roxanne Perez, defeating the Juggernaut Jordynne Grace to retain the title. So, we'll see what happens next. We got Heat Wave July 7th, and word is Heat Wave could be the next stop for Roxanne Perez, with potentially the opponent being Julia. Julia making her debut at Heat Wave. That's what the rumor is. We'll see. And then finally, the main event of NXT Battleground 2024. we had the NXT Championship on the line as the champion Trick Williams went up against All Ego Ethan Page. It was an overall good match. I can't say that it was anything too crazy, but, you know, I have to say, it was a pretty big deal for Trick Williams. You know, going up against another great talent in Ethan Page, although his entrance theme sucks, if you ask me. I was not a fan of his entrance theme. But this was a good, solid match. And hard-fought battle for Trick Williams, but was able to put away Ethan Page, you know, hitting that trick shot knee, covering him for the 1-2-3. Trick Williams, still your NXT champion. You know, nothing crazy, no crazy ending or anything like that. So, some say it was maybe quite kind of a letdown that they didn't do any sort of crazy finish of the main event, but it is what it is. I think there was a lot more spotlight on some of the other matches, like the Women's North American Championship, the NXT Women's Championship match, you know, just that and the NXT Underground match. So I felt like there was a little more spotlight on those other matches, which is fine, just totally fine. But I have to say, this was an NXT PLE that I enjoyed. I definitely enjoyed from start to finish. Didn't really have much for complaints, to be honest with you. You know, I thought things went smoothly. And yeah, overall, good PLE. Good stuff. Like I said, next up, July 7th, NXT Heatwave. We'll see how they build towards that. That'll be here before you know it. But anyway, I will probably be a little bit late on my reviews for NJPW Dominion and the Despy Enter and Invitational, but they are coming. They are coming, so just bear with me. And I apologize in advance. I'm sorry in advance for being a little late. So just bear with me. They're coming. Those reviews are coming. But anyway, that is it for this video. Don't forget to check out Game Beauty. And let me know what y'all's thoughts are with the current standings of the Catch the Wave tournament. What did you think of the Ice Cross Infinity Championship tournament block matches or group matches? How do you feel about Hamuko Hoshi and Yuri battling it out in the finals for the vacant title? And what did you think of NXT Battleground? What did you think of the matches, the outcomes? How do you feel about Kelani Jordynne as the inaugural NXT Women's North American Champion? Let me know your thoughts there. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. My name is Jason Ingram. Y'all have a blessed day tomorrow. I'll see y'all in the next video in our live stream. Peace. Laters.